All the action packed in 180 minutes. Power Breakfast with Tessa Dooms. Weekdays 6 to 9 a.m.
The time is 8:42. You're on Power Breakfast this morning with Tessa Dooms, and as promised, we have on the line with us Dr. Motsoaledi. Doc, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I should say minister rather than doc. I don't know when last you were practicing physician.
Yeah, thank you, Tessa. Good morning to the listeners of Power FM. Whichever title you give me, they are all my titles. Anyway.
In fact, you earned that, doctor. So I should
once
use
a doctor,
it
always
as
a doctor,
often as
but once
possible.
a minister, not always a minister.
As we have learned in the last few days as well. But thank you so much, Minister. We've, of course, been profiling some of the budgets that have been tabled from the different departments. And I've been saying to the ministers we've been speaking to that it's actually been refreshing this year to not have the conversation about the budget only end with the minister's speech in February, not only because we've had iterations, but because there's now a new appetite for understanding the deep dive in the different ministries as well. And so one of the things that's come up strongly in the budget that you've tabled is the question of new academic hospitals. What's the plan there?
Yeah, I've seen people are talking about 3 new academic hospitals when we've actually spoken about 6. Let me explain.
All right.
Yes. South Africa has got 10 academic hospitals now, what we call central hospitals. 2 of them are in Western Cape, 2 in KZN, 1 in Eastern Cape, 1 in Free State, and 4 in Gauteng. There's 0 in Mpumalanga, 0 in Northwest, 0 in Northern Cape, and in Limpopo, it is still under construction. It is 26% completed as I'm speaking. Yes. So now we want to put up the academic hospital where they've been. They've never been. That's in Mpumalanga, Northwest, and Northern Cape, because the Limpopo one is already up. But in addition, the ones that are already existing, especially those who were built as medical schools for black people, starting with the University of Natal Black section, because University of Natal was a white university. Yeah. But they established a medical school in 1953 as a black section. It was never built. There's never been a new building like all the others. Then came what we used to call Medunsa. Yes, George Mukhari Hospital, which is now under Sefako Mahato University in Medunsa. It also was never built. They would just give them an old, dilapidated Garangua hospital. Then came Nelson Mandela Academic Hospital in Mthatha under Walter Sisulu University. Now, all those are existing, but we are going to build them afresh, not refurbish them. That's a completely new hospital altogether.
Yeah, I was wondering, Minister, because it did seem a bit contradictory in saying we're not refurbishing existing hospitals, we're building new ones. So what you're saying is those existing ones that are dilapidated are going to have such a dramatic revamp that it won't be a refurbishment.
Not a dramatic revamp. Not a dramatic revamp.
Yeah, you're stopping and starting.
Let me tell you here, because these things happened many years ago. If you look at the hospitals that were built for whites, that's Grooteskier, Tygerberg, which are in the Western Cape, that's Universitas in the Free State, that is this Pico here, which was Hendrik Verwoerd, Charlotte Macleod, which was Johannesburg Hospital. All of them, when you look at them, they are attached to their medical schools. They were built together. A medical school and a hospital, they are just separated by a passage, you know. But when they build the ones which belong to blacks, they just look around for any hospital that already exists, no matter how small it is, and all of them happen to be district hospital. District hospital is the smallest hospital in the nomenclature of our hospitals. Then they say, there are hospitals. Like when they established Natal Medical School, they look for King Edward VIII Hospital, which was built in 18-something, which was a district hospital. They said your medical students will learn here. Same thing was done in Medunsa. The other same thing was done in Mthatha. So when we say we build from the scratch, we want to do it in a correct way.
All right, so what will happen?
That's why it's not a renovation. We reject the renovation. You You start from the beginning, you build things in a way that should have happened.
So what will happen with those existing facilities, Minister? Because you're saying that they're dilapidated. So will they continue to function in that state, or will those buildings be used for something else, repurposed?
No. If engineers say they can still refurbish for something else.
Okay.
Look, when the new Hendrik Verwoerd Hospital, which we now call Steve Biko, when it was built, the old one was given to as a district hospital or Tshwane District Hospital. Even Tshwane Rehabilitation Hospital is part of the old buildings. So you don't throw it away unless engineers tell you so. Yes.
All right. So the repurposing of those buildings will then be something that is decided down the line. I'm assuming, Minister, that this is part of your 3-year strategy and plan. What's the most urgent priorities? I know the Limpopo one is already in progress. What should we expect as the most urgent priorities?
Well, we are talking. Me and you are talking about academic hospitals because you asked me specifically about academic.
No. I mean in terms of the academic hospitals.
Yes, but if you look at the speech, there are many other hospitals. We were using a system called HIPS, Tessa.
Yeah.
Tessa. We were using a system called HIPS. Yeah, Health Infrastructure Program, whereby it's a digital program, by the way, electronic, whereby you feed it information from health information system, from statistics, South Africa population, from all the health needs, you feed it and it tells you directly where you put up a hospital.
Okay.
For instance, it told us that in Soweto only, you need 2 brand new hospitals because Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital is not coping. Remember that Gauteng is growing in leaps and bounds. All people from all provinces are moving now into Gauteng. Now, if we don't put up this type of program, we will reach a situation which Eskom once reached, when they were told many years ago, build more power stations, and they were not built.
And they did not follow the advice of the experts.
Yes, when you wake up, you find that really there is power shade. I mean, there's power shading. Now,
sure.
Yes, now. With hospitals, we are going to get overcrowding, which has already started. I'm sure you see it. And many of you believe it's just because of mismanagement or laziness. Most of the overcrowding is because public hospitals can't cope because they are saving 86% of the population.
And Minister, maybe this I know this is not the topic we want to explore fully today, but you've brought up the overcrowding issue. Do you have views on how we address the concerns where overcrowding has now been linked to foreign nationals?
Well, overcrowding is linked to lots of things. To the fact that 86% of the population are served by public hospitals only because they don't have medical aid.
Yeah.
Young people who start work for the first time, because it's so expensive to be on a medical aid, young people do not join medical aid and they go to public hospitals, quite a number of them.
Yeah.
But there is migration from rural areas, but it's true that there is also migration from other parts of the continent, from our neighbors. I mean, nobody can ever deny. I heard some of your colleagues in the media trying to deny it, or some of the so-called groups or all that. Nobody can deny that there's a huge movement of people from Zimbabwe into South Africa. That is a well-established fact. So when you put all those facts together, you actually get this issue of overcrowding.
Sure. As we look at these issues as a complex system, I'm looking forward to hearing from your department in the coming days and months what your response is, because one of the things that I've said to this is that we need systemic responses to these kinds of issues. But I want to give just 2 callers an opportunity to give you a question as we wrap up this interview. Mayor Yvonne from Pretoria, you're speaking to the Minister.
Morning, dear. Minister, I just want to find out from you, when is the digitization of files going to happen? Because the file is about to get Dimela. Last week, there was a very big cry from a child of a mother who's attending oncology called George Mukari. And she has a big file that has disappeared. And she also has been injured and I've been encouraging them to go to the Ombudsman Health, but she's in bad shape. So please, what can be done about her assistance, please?
All right. Minister, just before you respond, I just want to give
Biana... Can you put her on hold and get your producers to get the details? That's a separate thing. But on digitization, we started digitizing hospital records in 2014. We are about to unveil it. We are going to be calling you. It's a big, complex job. It's not a very easy thing. But we started as far back as 2014 with health information systems. And we are going to call you publicly as the media very soon, this year, not next year, to unveil it because we have now finalized. But you must also understand, some areas it's difficult to do so because they are not connected. We depend on connectivity from the Department of Telecommunications.
Absolutely.
But very soon, we are going to call you and unveil and show you exactly how the new system works.
All right, last one, Biana from Kempton Park. Keep it short and sharp.
Morning. Mine is very short. Dr. Motsoaledi, I just want to find out, this hospital is overcrowded. It has banned now, but there's a hospital that is idling in Kempton Park. Yes, I don't know what's the problem with that hospital. Can't you put some money for it to be revamped or do something so that we can offload the load that is at Tembisa Hospital?
Minister?
If we feed our information into HIPS, the digital system, and it tells you that we need to put something there, then we will. I know Gauteng has been talking many years, because that's a district hospital falling under province. They've been talking many years about revamping it, etc. But on our side, our HIP system has not yet shown us so, but we'll feed it into the HIP system and see what it directs us to do.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, for extending your time to us. You're always a very, very responsive public servant, so we do appreciate the time and also giving us all of those details. We'll be looking out for, like I said, a comprehensive plan, Minister. We cannot have citizens having to police infrastructure in order to get health services. We have to have a systemic plan, and I'm hopeful that we'll see that from the Department of Health. But thank you. That was Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, the Minister of Health.